I debated sharing this for years because I know experiences like this are highly subjective. I'd like to know whether anyone has experienced something similar. Around 2011, I had one of the most vivid visitation experiences of my life. It felt completely different from an ordinary dream. I've had a handful of visitation dreams involving my dad and grandmother who passed, and this had that same unmistakable quality. I was being spoken to. My name was called. The strange thing is this experience I had in my 20s connected to memories I have from childhood. When I was around 10 years old, I had what I believe was an imaginary best friend. He wasn't human. He appeared as a humanoid wolf-like being with a wolf-like head, standing upright, wearing what looked like a futuristic silver and blue spacesuit. He communicated telepathically rather than speaking aloud. He was never threatening. I felt like he was a close friend. Sometimes he would simply stand in my bedroom doorway watching me while I slept. Other times he'd be lying on the floor beside my bed. During the day, I remember him simply hanging out with me while I played. One day I asked him where he came from and how he got into our house. I remember him telling me there were portals throughout the house. That word has always stuck with me because I don't think I even knew what a portal was at that age. I specifically remember him mentioning one in my bedroom, one in the attic, and one above the kitchen sink. As a child, I also had other strange experiences in that house. One day we pulled into the driveway and the fluorescent light in my bedroom was already on, even though no one was home. The moment we noticed it, it switched itself off. Another time I was in the bathroom next to my bedroom and clearly heard someone call my name twice from above me, as if from the attic. I assumed it was one of my siblings, but when I asked them, everyone had been together in the kitchen, hanging out, and hadn't called for me. I also wrote a poem at age 5 that ended up getting published, and revisiting it as an adult had me questioning things. It's called What Shall We Do in Outer Space? There are lots of boats in the sky that look like little stars. I shall ask the moon to shine on me and ask all his friends to go in a big boat and sail across the sea. I know little, but the moon is very big, and the sun will shine on my head when I wake up in the morning and follow me wherever I go. Fast forward to my 20s. In this visitation experience, I found myself once again in my childhood bedroom. A portal opened behind my bed and I climbed through it. This was not a dream. On the other side was what looked like a beautiful Mediterranean or Italian-style terrace with stone arches, flowers everywhere, and an incredible sense of peace. Waiting for me on the left were two very tall beings, a male and a female. They looked what many people would describe as Nordics. Blonde hair, pale skin, light blue eyes, and extremely symmetrical features. They were much taller than normal humans. They also communicated entirely telepathically. They called my name. The male stood on the left side of me and held out his right hand, and above his palm appeared what looked like a holographic image of the galaxy. As I looked closer, I could see Venus in remarkable detail and saw many stars circling the planet in a specific direction. The message they communicated was that the universe was designed by feminine energy, and that this was something I needed to understand. Unfortunately, I don't remember everything they explained. Looking back, I really wish I had written it all down. One detail has stayed with me, though. I remember something about the motion or rotation of Venus being significant. Years later, I learned that Venus actually rotates differently from most of the planets in our solar system, which surprised me because that detail had remained with me from the experience. I'm curious, has anyone else encountered wolf-like or canine humanoid beings? Has anyone experienced Nordic beings who communicated telepathically? Has anyone been shown holographic images of planets or the galaxy? Has anyone received teachings specifically about Venus or the sacred feminine?